We going live, y'all. We are going live, man. Straight up, we're going live. Good morning to everybody. It is good to see y'all on this good Thursday morning. This is the Wake and Bake Show. 36 hours after the election. Congratulations to the Republicans. Y'all have full control. Y'all have the presidency. Y'all have the Senate and the House. And they got the whole internet shook up. My timeline is lit up. I'm talking about you got friends and family splitting apart. Man, I had one girl email me. She inboxed me. She said, "Don't you come on my page with that stuff. I don't want to hear it." She said, "Man, I will cut your neck. I will cut you off for this woman I don't even know." I said, "Oh my God. It's crazy out here." I said, "I'm sorry. Here it is. I done known you for a decade. Sat in class with you, done protest with you, raised the money with you, broke bread with you. But here it is, this black woman you don't even know. Oops, my bad. This East Indian woman, this woman you don't even know. You willing to risk it all for her. You ain't even pledged. You ain't even pledged, and you willing to cut me off of her, but I get it, man. That's the whole timeline. It's lit up right now. It is lit up. It is lit up. We're all in chaos and controversy, man. Trump's in the White House. The Republicans have the House and the Senate. Now what? Because here I got some information for you right here. Because I'm one of those types. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not even an independent. Who has my best interest and my people's interest at heart, man? Which politician is saying and doing what I need them to do? I don't care what party you are affiliated with. What are your policies? Come on, Ken. What are your policies, right? I don't care if you are a Democrat or a Republican, because in the words of Malcolm X back in the day, he would be like a Dixiecrat. Because they're, it's two feathers off the same bird, right? Same government, right? Just a different title. One leans more conservative, the other one leans more progressive. Whose policies will benefit me and my family, me and my community? But I live in the middle class, right? Most of the people that I know, my peers, we live in the middle class. Some on the upper side of it, some of us on the bottom side of it, right? On the upper side, leaning towards being rich, and some of us are on the lower end of the middle class, leaning into the poorhouse. 1 foot away from the soup kitchen. 1 foot away from the homeless shelter. Shoot, I got friends right now, man. They got to go down to the child line. They got to go down to the pantry to get canned goods. But somehow, some way, somebody want to tell me that the economy is doing good. Somehow, some way, you want to tell me that the economy is booming. Meanwhile, I have friends and family down at the child line picking up canned goods. Come on now. Who you talking to? Who you talking to, man? We outside for real. Hell, Those same people that you talking about, the economy doing so well, I bet you got some family members that's begging for $25 right now. Ooh, come on, talk to him, man. I bet you got 10 people in your family that need to borrow $5 until tomorrow. Come on, talk to him, man. I bet you got 20 people in your family right now. Hey, man, help me with this light bill until I get paid next Friday, because we get paid bi-weekly. Come on now, come on now, come on now. Ain't no way you can look me in my face and say that the economy is doing well when we got so many of us doing so bad. Come on now. Who you talking to? We outside. Who you talking to? Let's not impress our rich friends. It ain't all good out here. It ain't. It ain't. It ain't. The data suggests that. Look at this. The data suggests it. I ain't said it. I'm just reading off what the research says, man. I'm just reading off what the researchers just said, man. That's all I'm doing. Right here it says that the poor is getting poorer. The richer is getting richer, the poor is getting poorer, and the middle class is in a crunch, is in a bind, and that's how it's been for many, many, many years. When I was growing up, I just thought that was just something that they just said on TV, man. The rich are getting richer and the poor is getting poorer until I became an adult. When you're a kid, right? You just hear people talking and you hear them say things and you don't really know what those words mean, right? You're like, man, that old person just talking. They don't know what they talk about. What they saying? What that even mean? But then you become an adult. And then you got to pay for milk. Then you got to pay for eggs. Then you got to pay for bread. Then you got to pay for water. Then you got to pay for gas. And then you're like, oh. You saw that gas was 89 cents back in 1989, back in 1995, but then here in 2024, gas is $4 a gallon. One time you could feed your family of 4 and a dog off of one income. Not today. Not today. No way. But the Republicans made some promises. Donald Trump made some promises. Now you got the House and the Senate, and guess what? You have no excuses, boss. You have not nan excuse to give. Every bill that need to be passed to make the economy boom, you better get to work. Every bill that need to be passed to get immigration in check, you better get to work. Education, you better get to work. Transportation, you better get to work. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing from nobody. I don't want to hear the excuses. You got every tool in the toolbox. Use it. You got the House and the Senate backing you, President Trump. Use it. Get to work. Let's go ahead and read some data right quick, man. I got this research that's been done by the Pew Research Center. They have been doing research for a long time. If you're in the education field, if you in academia, you probably use this as a reference. So this is credible data for all of my friends out there. I know that y'all be like, man, you just be pulling up information from anywhere. No. I got you, man. This is the Research Center. the Pew Research Center, man. They do all kind of good research, man, and colleges around the world use this. So guess what? I'm going to use it because I don't want to. Hey, whenever we start having these conversations, we know what we talk about over here. We ain't just talking just to be talking. What's up, baby? I see you. Good morning to you too. You see me cooking. You just want to interrupt my live. All right. The state of the American middle class, who's in it, and some key trends since the 70s, since 1970. That's a long time, folks. That's a long time. Let me tell you, man, that's well over 50 years, man, of information. All right, let's go ahead and read and go ahead and get onto this thing, man. The share of Americans who are in the middle class is smaller than it used to be. In 1971, 61% of Americans lived in the middle class households, man. By 2023, the share had fallen 10%. And that's from government data. As a result, Americans are more apart than they before, man. Money. From 71 to 2023, the share of Americans who live in lower income households increased from 27% to 30%. And then at the upper top, upper income households from 11% to 19%. Let's look at this information over here. We got a nice little graph over here on the side, man. Let's see if I can move that over for us. It says that over here in 1971, 27% of the people were poor. What up? I see you. Then by 2023, that number increased to 30%. And then over here, 1971, the upper class, upper income, some of my friends, 11% to 19%. And then the middle class, this 61%. That number has shrunk on both ends. So while the rich is getting richer, the poor is damn sure getting poorer. I ain't said it. That's what the research says. And it says that the middle class has fallen behind on two counts. The growth in income for the middle class since 1970 has not kept with the pace of the upper income tier. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. I got some friends who are in some high places, man. I have friends who are in high places. I have friends who are in high places. How many people y'all help make rich, man? How many people you made rich this year? Just on an individual basis. I know that I know this conversation is gonna be a little rough, you know. How many people have you made rich this year? Because I can tell you just as many as you've probably made rich or helped get to the upper middle class. There's a whole lot more that's on the poor end, still over there at the child line, still over there at the church, getting the bent up canned goods. I got some canned goods in my pantry right now with no labels on them. I'm scared to eat them. I don't know what it is. What's in now? Picking them up for the pantry. Y'all know them canned goods that's bent up. You know, they got dents on the can, no labels on them. That's what the grocery stores give away for free. They give them to the churches. I'll go ahead and I'll take that. One day I might need it. And if I don't need it, I'll just donate it back to somebody on the street. The poor helping the poor. I just need the rich to help out. I don't need a handout. I need a hand up. I don't need a handout. I need a hand up. I need some more job opportunities. I need some jobs that's going to be paying a fair day's wages for a fair day's work, man. Come on, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If I put in the work 12 hours a day, I need to be compensated for my time and energy, my skills and expertise, man. Please, that's all I'm asking. Whenever these teachers go to work in the morning, they want to be paid a fair salary. Y'all seeing these kids that's underqualified to be in my classroom, and I gotta teach them anyhow. Come on, boy, talk to them. Y'all seeing these kids that's way below reading level, but somehow, some way, I gotta make them. I gotta get them up to reading standards by the end of the year. If not, my job is on the line. Are you kidding me? They come into my classroom, can't speak not a damn bit of English. And I'm talking about the ones that's been born right here in America. Not the ones that's coming across the border, but the ones that's born right here in America. They can't speak a lick of English. They can rap Cardi B, though. They can rap Meg Thee Stallion, though. They can rap Glorilla, though. But they can't speak not now bit of English, though. But somehow, some way, you want me to make $1 out of 15 cents. Man, let's keep on reading this information, man. Many groups still lag in their presence in the middle class and upper class income tiers. For instance, American Indians, Alaska Natives, Black and Hispanic Americans, and people who are not married are more likely than average to be in the lower income tier. Blacks, Hispanic Americans. I ain't even talking about the Alaska because I've never been up there, but I hear that it's pretty doggone cold. You know, up there in Alaska, they give their citizens $1,000 a month. I think it's called like a a minimum income wage, something like that, where every citizens get $1,000 a month. That's welfare for your ass, though. We'll talk about that at a later time. But the usual suspects right here, though, Black and Hispanic Americans are more than likely to be in the lower income tier. Usually they go to the worst schools. Come on now. Usually the Blacks and the Hispanics, they go to the schools where the resources are limited. They have the worst reading scores and math scores, and the resources are limited. Now, I'm not saying that we need to do a whole lot of mixing of the schools. No. But what we could do is bring more resources to the schools that need them, because right now schools are already overpopulated. The classrooms overpopulated. Some of my rich friends, this is what I need y'all to do. Some of my rich friends, instead of pointing your rich fingers that's full of diamond rings and gold watches and jewelry, right? Smelling like Creed cologne, smelling like $500 cologne, what I need you to do for me, all my rich friends, go into a classroom, public school too. Go into a middle class classroom. No, my bad. Go to a lower tier classroom. Go in the middle of the day too, when the meds have worn off. Come on, boy, talk to them. After lunch, after Ritalin done came down, off the medicine done came down, and see what these teachers got to deal with. Go in after Christmas too. Not at the beginning of the school year. Everything looks good at the beginning of the school year, but go when the teachers are fatigued, when the teachers are starting to leave the classrooms one by one, when teachers are starting to turn in their resignations and like, you know what, I just can't deal with this because I started the year off with 18 students. That's a little bit too much. That's right there, a little bit over capacity, but I'm gonna work with you. But now it's December 20, it's December 20th, and guess what? I got 25 students. No, I just can't do it. It's January 5th, and my roster says 22. I started the school year off with 18. One more student, and I'm walking out the door. I'm telling you, principal. But you know what, though? The principal, his and her hands are tied. Because guess what they're going to do? They're going to send the students to the teachers who they know can handle a full capacity classroom. We just don't have enough we just don't have enough teachers. We just don't have enough teachers in the classroom. We don't. We need teachers and we need teachers' aides, and we just don't have enough to pay for teachers. They're grossly underpaid. Let's go ahead and keep it a buck. Man, I got teachers that splitting rent. I got teachers right now who live in major cities. I have teachers that live in major cities that have to split. Hell, I got teachers right now who live in rural America who got a split rent. What we talking about, man? Y'all want to tell me that the economy is doing well? Meanwhile, we got teachers out here that got a split rent after they done sat and with your child in a classroom with 25 other students. And you want to look me in my face and say that the economy is doing well, the devil is a lie, and the truth ain't in you. You is a lie. Don't tell me that, man. Don't tell me that. A lot of teachers, they're on this lower income tier, man. And they're in these black and Hispanic classrooms too. Look, I know that it sounds like I'm just going on a rant, and maybe I am. I want us to have us some good faith base. I want us to have us some good faith conversations out here, man. Some intellectual standards. Don't just be arguing just for the sake of be arguing, man. Let's bring some real solutions to the table. Because you know what? I got some friends and family who are in the gay community as well, gay and lesbian community as well. They're feeling something as well, too, economically. Look at here, gay and lesbian friends. I don't want y'all to be just talking about y'all sexuality. Meanwhile, money and resources are on the table, man. Look at here, look at here. Let's put that sexuality thing to the side a little bit, man. Unless y'all part of the rich. Unless y'all part of the rich, and I seen y'all Instagram, it ain't all glitter and gold over there. You ain't got no Maybach. You ain't riding around in the Bentley. You ain't spent your summer in Japan off the coast. You ain't spent your weekends in Greece. Let's get these economics under control first, man. Let's put some money in our pocket. I'm talking about all of us, man. Something that all of us can benefit from. Let's get to the money. Let's get to the resources. Because let me tell you, when grocery prices are through the roof, ain't none of us are winning. And I don't care who you laying down beside at night. When the gas prices are too high, you cussing your partner out. Shoot, right now, man, I got friends right now, man. They can't stay in a relationship because they too broke. They can't. People split up because of money, man. The number one reason why people get divorced, it's not infidelity, it's money. It's not infidelity, it's money. Let's look at some more of this information right here, man. Number one, households in all income tiers had much higher incomes in 2022 than in 1970 after adjusting for inflation. But the gains for the middle class and lower income households were less than the gains for upper middle class. Gains for the middle class and lower middle class. The rich are getting richer while the poor is getting poorer, man. All right, and we got a chart right here. It said that my rich friends, they are making more money. They are making let's look how they gained in 1970. From 1970 to 2022, they had an adjusted increase of 78%. They almost double their money, man. So their wages are keeping up with inflation. As a matter of fact, I would even say that it's driving inflation. I got my rich friends out there on the West Coast, man. He said that it's great out here. Things are great. Man, this weather is so beautiful out here. All this sunshine out here, man. Everybody riding around in Ferraris and foreigns and German cars. Everybody getting this money out here. I said, not everybody. Y'all got the tech industry out there. Yeah. Y'all got the entertainment business out there. Yeah. And they getting to it. But around here in the South, though, because, I live out here in the South, man. Love my Southern folk. We're around here on the lower income. The $35,000 a year, where the income only rose 55%. It's not quite keeping up with inflation. As a matter of fact, man, rent is almost half of my income. Let me say that again. Rent is half of my income. Rent is half of my income. Okay? And you wonder why you got people out here trying to scam the system. Come on, man. Yeah, you wonder why you got people out here trying to get their Section 8 voucher. What you talking about? Trying to get over. They trying to get that 200,000. If I had 200,000, I wouldn't have to scam the government. I wouldn't have to scam the government. I wouldn't encourage my daughter to get on Section 8 and underreport her income if she made 200,000. Oh man, come on, let's talk to him. The real reason why you got people voting Democrat, man, because they want their resources, they want their Section 8, they want them food stamps. They want that. How else they gonna make ends meet? Shoot, baby girl got 3 kids and 2 dogs. Section 8 voucher me, please, with a side of food stamps. I'm only reporting 35,000 a year. What you mean? Half of that gonna go in rent. So of course I need a Section 8 voucher. If somehow, some way, if I was making 200,000, I wouldn't need Section 8. If I had some job opportunities that paid me, I wouldn't need Section 8. I wouldn't need these food stamps. If gas wasn't so high, I wouldn't need food stamps. Give me a gas stamp card. Huh? Come up with that. Give me a gas stamps. Call that a fuel card. Give me a fuel card, man. Come on, boy, talk to him. Huh? Y'all Democrats, y'all so smart. Come up with a fuel card for the month. Contribute to these gas prices. Basically, this report goes on to say that the gap is getting larger between the upper class and the lower class, man. The share of the people in the U.S. middle class varied from 46% to 55% across racial and ethnic groups in 2022. Black and Hispanic Americans, Native Hawaiians, Pacific Islanders, American Indians, Alaska people were not more likely than others to be in lower income households. We got some more information right here, some more data right here, man. And as you can see, all the way down the board, you have way more people who are on the lower income side of things than on the upper income side of things. Well, the upper income, we're doing great. It's all peaches and cream over here. Life is good. We just built a brand new community. I'm reporting live, y'all. You should do like me. You should do like me. I did it. You can do it too. But the reality of it is, many of us are not. And then the truth is, many of us feel like we can't. I'm black, so I can focus on this piece of information right here that says that 45% of black people are in the lower class, 49% of us are in the middle class, 8% of us upper income. Okay. I can focus right there. Almost half of all black people are poor. Almost half. Almost half of all black people are living near the poverty line. Not just in the South, because many of us are in the South. Yes. Your Arkansas, your South Carolinas, your Louisianas, your Georgias. Yes. Many of us are there. But we're in the Northeast too. We're in the Midwest too. Half of all blacks, almost half of all blacks, are in or around the poverty line. And that's a fact. Now, I was having a conversation with one friend, man, and I had brought up the education system. Well, that's the way that the system is. South Carolina, let's just take South Carolina and Georgia and the North Carolinas. We can only there are we can only apply and qualify for the jobs that are in the area. Come on, boy. You can only do what what's in your proximity, right? The only jobs that's available to you in your area, that's the only thing that you are up to do. I live in Georgia. I'm going to do the jobs that's right here in Georgia. I can't do what's in California. I can't do what's in the state of Washington. I can only do what's right here. If we had a Tesla plant right here, maybe I'll work at Tesla. Come on, boy. If Chevy was still building cars right here, maybe I would have a job at Chevy. Come on, boy. If Dodge Chrysler was still building cars right here, maybe I have a job right here at Chrysler. But I can only do the jobs that are here, right? And those well-paying jobs, there are only so many to go around. Come on, let's talk about it. There are only a few well-paying jobs, man. Only a few, right? And then the jobs that's in the middle class that will help you get you to the upper middle class, those jobs are far and few too. I just reported on a Pepsi facility, a Pepsi plant, and you know how back in the day, right? Back in the day, we used to encourage people to get a job at Pepsi and Coca-Cola because they were paying well. Pepsi shut down 2 warehouses, 2 plants in Illinois, and they got 2 more to shut down by the end of the year in Pennsylvania and Ohio. Pepsi shut down 2 plants this year with 2 more to go by the end of the year. Pennsylvania and Ohio. Don't tell me that the economy is doing great. Those jobs that pay well, the well-paying jobs, the jobs that comes with a union. Man, you had a union job back in the day. You got retirement, you got pension, you got benefits for the rest of your life. Man, you work there 20, 25 years. Get yourself a gold watch, a plaque, and a lifetime supply of soda. Come on now. Come on, talk to him. That job don't exist no more, man. They closing the doors, and you want to tell me that the economy is doing well? Are you kidding me? Those those well-to-do jobs, those especially the jobs that comes with labor, because most of this country, let's go ahead and get to it. Most of this country right here, blue collar workers, right? People that work with their hands, whether you're in hospitality, restaurant business, construction, transportation, you're working with your hands. But guess what? There's a new thing. There's something else that's on the horizon that's cutting into the labor market. Automation. You got the robots coming in, man. Well, they've been coming in since the 90s. Let's go ahead and keep it real, you know. Automation is taking your job, right? You got the robots working nonstop while human bodies gonna have to stop and take a break. And they say that these machines are more efficient. They don't get tired. And as these companies continue to use and build on these machines and their expertise, they get better. They get faster, more efficient. They get safer. And the need for a human body cease to exist. One time, man, Man, I had a job roofing. I did roofing in I did a job roofing in Phoenix, Arizona. I travel around, did some roofing with some Mexicans. Nobody on that site could speak English. I'm telling you, man. Even the foreman on the job, his English was very, very suspect, right? And on one side of the roofing job, you had some people with hammer and nails, right? And then on one side, with the supervisor and the foreman, nail gun. Doo, 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 doo. One side of the job, hammer and nail. A few taps on the nail head, then get it in the right place, and then you finally get it in. But if you hit it the wrong way, the nail will bend. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you ever did construction, man, you know how you got to hit the nail on the head perfectly. If not, you bent it, and if you bent it, you got to pull that nail out and do it again. It's a task. But that nail gun, so efficient. That nail gun, that automated nail gun, doo, 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 doo. Keep on going, man. Doo. That's one nail. Doo. That's two. Doo. That's three. Doo. Four. Doo, 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 doo. Shoot nails like a bullet, man. That's a job that technology just took away. And that's a reality, though, right? That's reality. And the people who invest in these machines, automation, technology, they'll say, yes, the economy is doing well. Complete that thought, my guy. The economy is doing well for me. Say that. The economy is doing well for me. Me. I don't know what it's doing for you, but for me, I just bought 3 robots. Made by Tesla. These robots gonna build houses for me. I'm buying 10 robots at 30,000 a piece with a warranty. And we're gonna do construction all over America. So yeah, the economy is doing great for me. Keep it a buck, man. I need y'all to keep it all the way a buck. Have some good faith conversations right here. I don't know what, because look. Even though the richer is getting richer, the poor is getting poor, and the middle class seems to cease to exist. Seems to cease to exist, people. Now, if you want to tell me that you're doing well, say that. Say that. Because the upper middle class is doing great. The upper middle class is doing tremendous, and they always will, right? The richer will get richer, right? A whole lot of money involved with being rich and having rich friends, man, having people in high places that you're connected to. That's great. That's good. Don't be so short-sighted to where you lose a grip on reality. Middle of America is struggling. They will tell you right now they are struggling. The struggle is real in rural America. You got Hispanics voting Republican, man. Haitian Americans voting Republic, man. Now the Africans, whenever they come over, of course they're a little more conservative. They're going to vote Republican because they're a little more conservative in their values. Even if they are poor, they're conservative in values. But people don't want to hand out. They don't. Like real people don't want to hand out. They want to hand up. We need more job opportunities here. I don't want you to give me 25,000, man. I can earn it myself, I promise you. Give a man a fish, he eat for a day, but if you teach a man to fish, come on, man. He got a whole lifetime to go with that. Don't give me the fish. You could teach me how to fish. Fix the schools up. Fix the schools up, man. Let's start there. Get education straight. The classrooms are a mess. You got 25 students in one classroom with one teacher, man. Y'all know that ain't right. You got 25 students in one classroom. Y'all know that ain't right. I'm thinking back in the days when I was in middle school, man, and I'm like, man, those classrooms were full. Those classrooms were crowded. Those places do need more resources. Now, I'm gonna say this as well. I'm gonna say this. There are some areas, folks, in this country, in America, there are some states and cities where the resources are plentiful. I would encourage you and your family to consider looking into them areas and moving, right? Because there are some areas where the resources won't come. You just don't have the votes, you don't have the money, you don't have the voice, and you just don't have the votes to get the resources to come into your your city and your state. So everything there, you're gonna have to do it yourself, right? You're gonna have to roll up your sleeves and do it yourself in those areas. But if you need assistance, right? If you know that you're looking for some opportunities, you might want to consider moving to a location where they have more resources. Donald Trump, House and Senate, you're on notice, right? No excuses. You are on notice, my guy. Whatever bills that need to be passed to get immigration together, you do it because let me tell you, it is it's rough out here when you consider I'm I'm broke, right? I'm working all week to still be broke. Not only am I training automation, working with automation, who is, let's say, help making the job easier, right? But will one day replace me. I have somebody who's coming in that's willing to do the job for less. Okay, it's getting crazy. Where I get paid by the hour and get benefits. I get paid by the hour. I need medical, right? I need dental because I got a family. I have a pension, right? But this person that's coming over here, they're willing to do this job without the benefits, without the pension. And that's what I'm competing against. I don't like it. You got the people who've been over here for a while, the Hispanics that did it the right way, the Haitians who done it the right way, the foreigners who done it the right way. They came over here, paid the dues, took the classes, paid the money, got the green card, paid their dues. And then you got some people coming over here all willy nilly. No, no, hell no. Are you crazy? Nuh-uh. Mm-mm. I done been over here 3, 4 years, man. Blood, sweat, and tears. You know what I had to do to get this card? And you just gonna waltz over here? Just walk over here all willy nilly? No, man. You gonna have to take those classes. Going back. Start all over. You're gonna have to do it the right way. I had to do it the right way. You gonna have to do it the right way. And you know what? Republicans, get it right. The Americans have spoken, man. I'm getting hungry. My stomach is growling. I'm gonna have me some breakfast, maybe some coffee. But that was the morning wake and bake, man. Morning rant. Republicans, you have full control. Now what? What you gonna do, man? So for the next 3.5 years, we're gonna be paying attention. My stomach talking to me now. Now what?